I never thought the smell of pine and jet fuel would cling to me like a curse. I stepped off the plane from Sweden, boots still crusted with fjord mud, heart pounding for the growl of my charger. It wasn't in the lot. I stood there, rucksack slung over one shoulder, staring at cracked asphalt where my black beast should have been gleaming. Maybe Uncle Ray had it serviced. Maybe he'd kept it warm. He shuffled out the screen door, thermos in hand, not a flicker of apology. Sold it, he grunted. Bailed your cousin out of his condo mess. Then he smirked. Be grateful, kid. You finally mattered. I didn't flinch. I'd learned in the field that rage is noise, silence is shrapnel. 5 minutes later, his phone rang. That was the first domino. Uncle Ray used to call me his legacy. Said I was the one who fixed things, who never blinked. When I signed up, he bragged I was a warrior. When I came home, I was a footnote. Cousin Jake was the prince, silver-tongued, reckless, magnetic. He could torch cash faster than a flare gun, and Ray still called it vision. A downtown loft, he claimed. I called it larceny. But I kept my face neutral. Discipline is that night I climbed the stairs to my old room. The air tasted of dust and betrayal. My gear was stacked in boxes, my commendations buried under Jake's surfboards. The brass nameplate on the door, gone. His cologne lingered like a claim. Ray hadn't just sold my car, he'd evicted me from the bloodline. I stood at the window, staring at the empty rectangle of gravel. That Charger was my first victory. Bought at 19 with hazard pay, rebuilt in a buddy's garage while mortars sang overhead. Every weld, every coat of midnight paint was a promise I'd kept to myself. Ray pawned it like a lawnmower. The switch flipped cold. Next morning, I moved like a ghost. Found the title transfer, priced at 1/3 of value. Jake's signature scrawled like a taunt. Buyer, a dealer named Victor, 2 towns west. Perfect. I didn't want the car back, I wanted them hollowed out. Phase 1, Jake. His new loft was a glass box of champagne and bad decisions. Weekend launch party, invite only. I pinged a former MP buddy. Anonymous packet, shell companies, cash deposits, building code violations. Nothing fabricated, just sunlight on rot. Enough for a warrant. Phase 2, Ray. He hoarded control like ammo. The upright patriarch, the shrewd operator. I'd watched him cook books since I was 12. Offshore trusts, liens under Aunt Linda's maiden name, kickbacks from contractors. He thought the kid who left was the same kid who returned. I compiled it all, screenshots, bank logs, voice memos he'd left on the house Wi-Fi. Then I mailed it, IRS, his golf club board, Aunt Linda. Return address, a P.O. box in my old AO. I sat at the oak table the next dawn, forking pancakes while Ray scrolled the morning headlines. His phone buzzed. He answered with that patented boom. Ray Harlan speaking. The color drained from his knuckles. Audit? What jurisdiction? Another call, his banker. Then his attorney. Aunt Linda stormed in, clutching a manila envelope, eyes like winter steel. I spoke for the first time since touchdown. Looks like the receipts finally caught up. He stared at me, mouth working soundlessly. What did you do? Nothing, I said, wiping my mouth. I just stopped looking away. By noon his accounts were iced. Jake's loft crawled with badges and clipboards. Partners ghosted Ray's texts. His empire built on smoke and nepotism, folded like wet cardboard. That evening he sat in his study, shoulders curved inward. I'd never seen him shrink. You burned us down, he whispered. No, I said. You sold the foundation. Night fell hard. I drove to Victor's warehouse. The Charger sat under LED lights, pristine, engine purring in my memory. Victor listened to the short version, eyes narrowing behind gold rims. Kid, I don't keep stolen dreams. He named his exact cost. I transferred it from an account Ray never knew I had. The V8 woke like it recognized my pulse. I rolled the windows down, let the cold bite my face, and pointed the nose home. Ray waited on the porch, floodlight carving shadows under his eyes. The house behind him was blacked out. Linda's car gone. Jake's number dead. I killed the headlights, but left the engine idling, a low mechanical heartbeat. I stepped out, boots crunching frost. 5 minutes, I said. That's all it took to balance the books. He opened his mouth, closed it. For the first time, he had no line, no excuse, no air to hide behind. The roar of the charger filled the silence he used to own. I didn't go back to Sweden. The war I needed to win was already over,